Y'all, what's up? We we here. We're back
We
with
here.
another show.
Yeah, we on, we on.
We on, y'all. Tell somebody we on the air.
We on the air.
Sean, I think you let your TV with the Teddy Riley.
Yeah, Master, we got a Teddy
Now,
Rap.
how I'm gonna do because I ain't have no feedback last week, so now I got to figure out what I did last week.
Mute the
That was a
TV.
whole 7 days ago. No, but I
Right,
need to hear y'all.
You got double screens?
right. You know he fancy over there. Think you
I'm
rolling
mirroring.
marble.
Go ahead, Roro.
I'm screen mirroring on the TV so I can hear better.
Well, we hear all
Oh,
of that, and that don't
right.
sound
Well,
right.
we hear everything and it don't sound right. We don't work too hard on
Turn that
this.
TV. Turn
Just
the
hit
TV.
mute.
Oh no, that's echo. Sound like Karen Clark here.
There we
There is a bomb. Y'all can book me for all engagements, okay? I sings.
Book. What's going on, y'all? Come on in. Come on in. Come
go.
on
Hell, now I can't
in.
hear y'all.
You know what?
It's a lot
Sean,
going
we
on.
just gonna do this live because Sean every week,
Erica, get your best friend.
please, please get your best friend. Help him out, baby.
Somebody
Help him
send help.
out. Send help now. Send help. NOW now. What's up, y'all? Well, we are here. We so glad y'all have tuned in, and we do not take this lightly that you guys are here with us. Egypt is jumping on in a second, so he coming on. So y'all do us a favor real quick. Y'all know how we do every week. Go on, share those posts. Share these posts from the different pages we are on. We are on, I think, about 4 or 5 different pages tonight. So this is great. I'm here for it. I love it. We got it to work. What's going on? We got our folks in the comments. Erica, what's going on? Erica, Jane,
Erica, Willingham,
Alexis, what's up, baby?
Lexi.
Lexus.
Is it Janae or
Yep,
Janae?
yep, Janae is on. Egypt's
Janae, what's up?
cousin.
Oh, they said we got a Karen on here too. That's what they said.
Hey, no, they said
No,
you
Karen
can.
Clark,
You,
boy.
Karen Clark Cheers.
You be ready.
Brandon, my brother is here tonight. We love you, Brandon. We love you tonight.
Oh, what's up,
So glad to
Brandon?
have you. We
Hey,
love
Kelly
Brandon.
Cole.
Kelly Cole, Kelly, my girl, Kelly. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Do us a favor, y'all. Share this video. We got some great stuff we're gonna talk about tonight. Danny, you better multitask at the same time. Go ahead. You said
Oh,
it's
you
time
saw
for
me making my
testing.
tea.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a for me.
I gotta talk about this challenge me and my good friend DJ Perkins got going on. We'll talk
Go
about that.
ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
set your reminder. You.
Go ahead. That's right. That's dedication. That makes me feel great.
Oh,
I love
we
it.
famous. We don't remind us now.
You know,
Listen,
y'all, it's set
you
in my
know,
heart that I really want to be an influencer.
mm.
I don't know when you apply for that, but I'm gonna ask God to put that at the top of his list to let me do some influencing. Hey, oh, that's
Hey,
my baby. Hey,
Toya.
Toya.
We love you,
Yeah, what's
Toya.
up, babe?
Hey,
Hey,
Andy. What's
Andrea
going on,
Boyd.
Andy?
What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? So
Yeah.
y'all share this. We gonna talk a little bit.
Hey, Miko,
Giving
baby,
Egypt a
I
little
see
second.
you.
We love the people. We love the people. There's probably some people on your page, Danny. I can't see. It's all right though.
It's
We
all
love
right. I
y'all.
see them all popping up.
Period. So do us a favor, y'all. While y'all sitting here, I'm gonna throw the caption up in 2 seconds. Go follow us on social media so you can get all the notifications like Janae got. She said she got a reminder. She set the reminder. So follow us. We're on all social media. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We are there at Cultish Convo. Follow us. We be there doing stuff and whatnot. You'll get all the notifications of what's going on, what's happening. So yeah, we out here. I'm excited about tonight's topic: friendships, relationships, and growth. In the words of my girl Kelly,
and kinships. Hey,
kinship.
Hey, it's a friendship.
it's a
It's a
kinship.
fellowship.
Hey. I'm screaming. I'm dead.
That's my high pitched tongues.
I'm hollering. Hey, Leela
go
Harris,
ahead.
so good to see you. Yeah, growth. I'm excited for that. Shamika, girl, we glad you back because we got some stuff for you tonight, baby. Because you had woe us out last week with that comment.
Miko. She go by Miko.
Miko. Okay, she had took me down last week, baby.
She got a whole segment. Y'all not quite. They call Miko-isms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to do something with that.
Yeah. Yeah, she every time I got a whole note section in my phone that is dedicated just to the things that come out of her mouth, and it'll bless you. But go ahead, we'll talk about that a little later.
We'll get on to it. We'll get on to it.
We're gonna get into
I'm
that.
here for it.
Yeah, I'm always here for it.
We always here for a good time, Danny.
Yeah,
always.
Miko-isms.
Well, so how was everybody's weekend? It was a lot going on.
I got the booster shot.
Mm.
But let me tell you what else I got: the flu shot and the B12 shot. And I think all those shots
At the same time, Danny?
Hey, outstanding. Boy, it knocked me out.
Danny has enough vaccine for 1 decade.
Listen, I think I turned into one of what's that new Marvels, a Guardian or something? What are they?
The Descendants, you mean?
I'm a descendant.
I just learned about the Descendants this weekend, but yeah. Oh, okay. You did it for everybody. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I finally feel to myself now because I had kind of, I was weary.
Had like a triple whammy going on.
I did. But now I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm glad you better. Yeah, I got my booster about maybe like a month ago. I was actually fine with the booster, but I think it's because you didn't get 82 other shots with
right. The Moderna just got approved, so I had to wait for that one. Yeah. Because I don't mix.
You don't mix.
No.
You don't mix your vaccines like you do it like alcohol. You don't mix the vaccines like
No. Yeah. Now I had 18 other vaccines, but not the same cocktail at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Speaking of cocktails, we did some cocktails because it was asking for them last week, and
yes,
yeah, y'all, we got some cocktails for you. I'm gonna pull them up on the screen. Y'all go ahead and get a little something while we get set on in. Hang on, my screen just did something. Okay, all right, yeah, still getting used to this, But Sean, how was your weekend? While I'm pulling up these cocktails.
Yeah, it was eventful. Halloween on a Friday at elementary school. You already know how it goes.
Yeah.
No work for these all day. We had our parade. Just everybody dressed up. Then Saturday we had my mom's 52nd Halloween birthday party.
Happy
look at that! Happy birthday, Mama! Happy birthday!
Yeah, that, and then I went down to the services Sunday, all day.
Yeah,
all day. Just let y'all know I was there both services.
You went trick or treating in the middle, but that was okay. You wasn't there the whole day.
I did trick or treat in the middle, but I made it back.
Yeah, you did.
You ain't wrong.
Then we showed up to work Monday.
Eventful.
How was your eventful?
It was eventful. I first of all, I love Halloween. That's the first thing. I love Halloween. Danny, you don't like Halloween? No? Oh, okay.
I don't like nothing scary.
Oh, well, see, now that's the difference though. I don't like anything scary about Halloween. Okay. Like I'm not a horror movie person. I'm really not. Yeah, like unless it's like Jordan Peele horror, because his horror is really not horror. It's more like a think piece,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I
You
like
know
that
what?
though.
I feel like a lot of people don't get Jordan Peele. So like
They
when I
don't.
made a comment about Candyman, like, yeah, I'm with you, Jordan Peele. I know where you're going with it. But then people were like, it was too much. The movie, that wasn't for the movie. It's a time and place, But I got it. You know how we
Uh,
turn.
yeah, that's another topic.
Mm.
Jordan Peele and
Yeah.
like, everybody's not. I always say that Jordan Peele makes you think with your whole brain, not just one side.
Right.
Um,
Not just one side.
because most of the times you
And
have to.
so I do that anyway when I'm watching a new
Go ahead, Sean.
film. I try to
He think with
I'm
both
dead.
sides.
I'm hollering.
both sides
I'm
and
legit
the front
done.
and the back.
I'm
Mm.
done. Well,
All part.
so I'll say this though. But nonetheless, I'm sorry. I love Halloween, and for me, and I think it's the performer in me, and not being able to do a show. And almost like I think I've been on stage in a costume in almost like 2 years.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Oh, I've been on and had a costume on now. Just
Hey,
not Halloween.
just
Pull
not
that,
not
Danny.
for Halloween.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So yeah, for Halloween, I typically kind of go all out and kind of do the costume thing. But this past weekend, since Halloween was Sunday, you just kind of treat it like a pastor's anniversary. You do, Friday on through, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, they had a
So
song Halloween was on the weekend. Y'all. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm screaming. So yeah, I have fun. I hung out Friday night with some friends, and I told them, I said, well, I ain't going out nowhere tonight, so I'm gonna wear my costume, and so I wore my costume there. I had a costume for Friday, had a costume for Saturday, and Saturday had told me down. I did have a costume for Sunday, but I didn't make it though. I didn't make it though. I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't make it on the Sunday. I stayed at church and just celebrated the Reverend. I didn't even get a chance to go trick or treating in between.
well,
So
bless God.
yeah, so it was fun. Um, and but I will
Trick
say this though. You said what?
Trick or treating in Chicago is really a sight to see. I love it. Just to
You
see
know,
all the kids and whatnot in their costumes, and it was really
mm,
nice. And I saw it
yeah.
everywhere on every side of the city.
Wow. Yeah, I will say this though. I will say I think this was probably one of the most eventful Halloweens probably throughout the
Yeah,
country. Looking at the folks posts and everything on social media was like crazy.
yeah, and they was coming
Um,
through too with the
yeah.
costume.
I mean, when I say the people were creative, I didn't get a
Yeah,
chance to pull all the ones that I wanted to pull, but uh, I mean, I saw some. I think the best one that I saw, there was somebody, they had a trash can and they put a Bears jersey over it and put it over themselves, and they said the
that's not nice.
Bears are trash. I thought it was hilarious because I
That's not
mean,
nice.
well, I mean, look where we are with the Bears.
I saw Peanut Tillman in the restaurant this Sunday when I had took a break from church, and he was
Mm.
with his grandma or somebody, and I just wanted to say hi, but I didn't want to be a fan,
Oh, you
and
should have
I
just.
I should have just said something.
You should
Yeah.
have. I love those opportunities, and I'm that person that will take those opportunities and be like, "Hey, how you doing? We
Oh,
appreciate you." You
I just
know.
paid for my little soup and I went on home.
Oh well, you ain't wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
You know, Egypt
Um.
is waiting on you, Fred.
Okay. Whoops. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Hey, I didn't even see it there. How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, we glad
Oh,
to
oh,
have you. Welcome.
come
Welcome.
on in.
Come on. It's the head for me. It's the emo. I'm here for it. I love it.
You beautiful people.
We love you. How
Hey,
you doing?
hey,
Praise
we
God.
talking about Halloween and all
We
the
talking
good
about
stuff, the
Halloween and
trick or
all the great
treaters
stuff.
and the
Yeah.
costumes, and
I heard it. I got to
welcoming everybody in.
I got to tell you, Danny, you miss every shot you don't shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. The next time you see Peanut out here in these here streets, you
Listen, and
say,
he was
"Hey,
looking
Grandma,
tasty.
bless you. Can I get you a dessert? Hey, Peanut."
He looked like somebody. And at first, I was kind of confused. I said maybe that's not him, but I saw that Maserati sitting in
Mm.
front of their
Yeah.
restaurant. And y'all, that was on 147th at this little hole in the wall
No,
cafe.
Peanut does that.
Yeah.
Peanut does that quite often, actually.
I should have said something. I could have been
Mhm.
an influencer. Maybe
You,
you like big girls.
you,
Peanut, if you out there listening to me, I'm sorry I didn't shoot my shot, but I'm gonna shoot it now. How you doing? All right.
See, it take every opportunity. This is the interwebs. Take every opportunity.
You know, I
Oh,
like.
that's it.
Every
That's
opportunity, take it.
But you know,
Just
it was so
anyway.
pretty. It was so beautiful just seeing that moment because people have real lives too. And he was really. I don't know if that was his grandma, one of the church mothers from. I don't know, but he, it was really sweet.
Hmm.
But back to the Bears being trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Bears was trash. The Bears are trash, and that's okay. We love. But hey, those Bulls are coming on through this season. I'm excited
You
about it.
saw that?
I'd listen. It's
It
it's,
was
it's
good.
epic. It's epic.
Well,
I
where
think
we
I'm
at?
gonna get
We
some
at
tickets.
5-1.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna
I'm
get some
trying
tickets.
to gather up some wealthy friends so I can sit in the box, little box seats.
Listen, I
okay.
was. Let me tell you
All
something.
right now.
That
Let me tell
money.
you something, Sean. I was just having this conversation yesterday. I said if you get 20 people to be in a box, it basically pays for itself.
Well, I'll go to the
Right.
bus. I don't know nothing about the Bulls except for
Listen,
'96.
Danny, I have this thing, and when I go to sports games, I really just go. I go to the bar.
Oh, I got to talk about that. Me
Yeah.
and DJ Perkins got something to do
I
with that.
told y'all I had went
Yeah.
to that White Sox game and we had box seats and I ain't watching none of the
I
game.
don't
I
watch
didn't even get
nothing.
past the pitcher.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't get past
I
the
go for the
pitcher.
experience of the people. I love the people.
Yeah, it's the experience.
Yeah,
I can't even tell
it's a
you who
time.
won. I'm not lying. To
Y'all
this
wait.
day, I don't know who won.
Y'all listen. I went to a party. Someone dressed up as a toilet with a poop emoji hat, and the costume was her ex-husband. My lord, her
Oh, this is right.
ex-husband was a piece of sugar honey iced tea. I would have
Wow.
died too. They won.
That's a hoot. Yeah, they won.
They
They won. They
won.
definitely won.
They
They definitely
won.
they won.
They need to get healed though, but they won.
Yeah, I was about to say, Nat, you might want it if you know who she is.
Tell her tune in.
Tell her tune in because we're gonna help
Yeah,
out tonight.
yeah.
We gonna push on
Yeah,
through.
Did you
give
see
us some
the
guidance.
did you see the Grand Rising? The
I
biscuits,
did.
Yes,
He won. He
that
won.
was nice too.
the
Yeah,
foolishness of it
he
all.
won. No,
I know.
it was did you see that the little Pillsbury Doughboy, he had the little African hat on top?
Oh, I didn't see
It was
that
the
one.
attention to details for me. Yeah, no, it
Nobody
was the
was
same
Squid
guy.
Games. Nobody dressed up as a
Yes.
Squid Game. I
Oh,
missed that too.
oh, it was so many people. It was so many people
I didn't
that
see
did
a
Squid
lot.
Games. Oh, I saw it. I was
Yeah, I
out.
saw
I
that
told
one.
you I
You
was
was
out.
out.
I
You
was
was
out.
out. You
I
I
was
was
want
out.
to
out.
do that. I got a classroom full of kids. I wish I could do Squid Games with them
Oh, let me tell you
and just
something. The people and no, it was so crazy.
take you out.
One of the parties I was at, the guy, it was two guys that came. They were like the guys in the pink. And then
Yes,
it was another guy that was with another group of people that were there as well, but he dressed up as 4, 5, 6. So they took a picture together, and I was just like, this is what
that
it's all
is
about.
amazing.
This is what it's all about. I said I love it. Yeah,
David, this
it
little
was.
boy in Dramatic Play said he was playing Squid Games. I didn't want to go over there and play with him because I thought he was going to take me out.
Because you don't know which side of the game he's playing. You
I
just
You
did.
never
He
know.
won.
be sure with these little mini terrorists. I mean, children.
But he had a down pack. He took that Play-Doh when he was trying to carve it out. Like, I'm playing Squid Game, Daniel.
That's
This
funny.
parent, But anywho, yeah, so Halloween was on the weekend.
Yeah, and listen, I enjoyed it much. What's funny is DK and I were at and DK, we miss you tonight.
And
Um,
DK, do you got his picture?
I do. I'm about to pull it up actually. But
Because he,
this is what's funny about DK's picture. What's funny about it is this. I saw him at a party. We were at the same party. I said, "What's your costume?" And he said, "I'm myself." And I said, "Oh," but then Halloween came, and he posted this picture. And I said, "Now, sir, you could have wore this. You could have wore this party because the host who threw a lovely gathering. Um, it was really, and the people really committed to the theme, and I really enjoy when people commit to the theme, and it had really blessed me.
what
I
was the
thoroughly
thing,
enjoyed
David?
it. They just wanted you to dress up in Halloween costumes. They said
Oh, okay. I
they wanted
like
you
that.
to
That's
dress
a
up,
good
and I
thing.
mean, and it was it was an adult party, and it was really nice. And they provided food and beverages, adult beverages for us, and it was really nice. And they had a whole, I think it was an Airbnb because it was really nice, and it was like all rented out, and we were literally from the inside of the house all the way to the garage. They had the outdoor heating lamps,
Hey,
360. It
from
was
the
nice.
windows to the walls.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But yeah, so then DK posted this. I'm gonna show this the next day, and I said,
Y'all, I love
DK,
it. I love it.
it was so great. I said, no, you
He
could have
was
wore
serious.
this. to the party. He
I
could have
think
wore
that I
that.
like
I
that.
didn't
That is
see that.
so awesome.
I thought it was great. But now I will say at the party too, there was another favorite of mine. A guy had dressed up as Whitney doing the Star Spangled Banner, but like when I
Yeah,
say he committed to it,
He had that
yeah.
sweat. Did he have a sweat?
he the only thing he did not have was the sweat, but he
Oh,
had the wig, he had the curly wig, he had the white headband, and then he had the whole white jogging suit with the red, white, and blue. Talk about commitment.
you go
It was the
ahead.
commitment for me. And I mean a lot of the people at the party had it was really good. It was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And
Just
then
fun.
Sean had dressed up, our own Sean. This is his school look.
Hakuna Matata.
I think I commented on the picture. It was very much Hakuna. I said I don't know if it's Simba or if it's Mufasa or if
Mufasa
it's
when he
just
got ran over by the wildebeest.
that's what it looked like. I didn't know. I
Why
wasn't
can't it
certain.
just be a damn lion in the jungle?
So
Well,
it's not Simba.
it's not. It is not. That's what he said. It's not. He said it's a lion.
Oh,
It's a lion. That's what I said.
I'm a lion in my
Right.
own way. Go
I
ahead,
love
boo.
it. But then he had to go hood for the
I
real
love this
Halloween
one.
party. He had to
I
go hood for the real Halloween
love
party.
that.
Yeah, that's
Now,
the
is
real
that supposed to be a
Halloween.
gun in a plastic bag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wrapped my son's Nerf gun in masking tape. You know how tasky that
That's
was?
innovative. That's
Yeah.
I was
innovative.
AD and then doing it.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Now
that's
the,
Very
really
innovative.
nice, Sean.
now the question is, who gonna unwrap that baby's toy?
Nah, that's the
Just,
real
just buy him a
question.
new one at this point. Just get him a new one. Just get him a new one.
Did y'all have your laundry in them bags?
No, it was like some Christmas magazine papers or something in there.
Y'all are so
Dedication and
creative.
commitment. I love it.
I love it.
I'm telling you, the folks were
I wish I would
creative.
have gave you the one from last year when we were Wilma and the other Fred Flintstone.
Oh yeah. See,
That one
see,
was
I love,
fine.
I love, I love creating. I love doing Halloween like that. I'm not a big Goose and Ghoul fan, and
Right.
um, I like doing real people or characters from
Yeah.
movies and whatnot, and so, yeah, I had did Buster Move Perkins from Norbit,
Rudy
and
Clown.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
I
clown.
enjoyed
You got
myself. I had a
you got
time.
the
You
Well,
clown boy.
you
You clown.
I had a time. It was and that was my outfit from that was my costume on Saturday night. But Friday night I was a Black Panther. I was Fred Hampton from the Black Panther party. So
love that.
Halloween 2021 was really really good. The people were very innovative. They were super super creative with their costumes, and I'm like next year I just can't wait. There were a lot of Cruellas. It was, and I kind of figured that would be.
Yeah.
There was a
you
lot of
know
Cruella
what? And they
Deville's.
they really did Cruella.
They did.
They
They
It
did.
was
did.
such creative
I saw
Corellas.
somebody do the
Yeah.
old Cruella,
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
and it
too.
was
Me
really
too. Me too. Me too. It was great. It was super great. I
I
enjoyed Halloween.
absolutely love it.
I saw a
To
couple of natural haired Cruellas. Their gray streak
yes.
really was their gray streak, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
See, it's about the commitment for me. I
Yeah.
love it.
Do you all follow? I think her name's Tabria Majors. I absolutely love her. And she did a tribute to Sierra. And she
Oh
called it
wow.
Sia as a Sierra Halloween. Y'all, if y'all go to her page, she recreated those dance moves. And of course, she a fluffy thick like us, like me.
Okay.
And she did it to the T. When I said go ahead, go ahead. And she recreated and just kind of, I mean, it's amazing. She's on Instagram. Y'all can follow her. And it was just, I loved it. I just love the way that people can just show their love and appreciation for people. And I saw a lot of that with the Halloween season. It was just beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, Halloween. Yeah, Halloween 2021 was definitely one for the books. Definitely. So we got some comments. Hey,
Oh
Kayla.
yeah, Auntie
Hey,
Tabitha.
Dave.
Yeah, her and her daughter was cute too. I saw
It
them.
was
Yeah, I did see Auntie
amazing.
Tab. Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
it was good.
amazing.
Yeah, and then I did Andy. I did see the little boy as David Ruffin for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Danny. Apparently, Deshaun knows who you're talking about. So
Oh,
that's
Tabri,
dope.
yes.
Yeah,
Somebody
I'm gonna have
tell
to
her.
look up on
Yeah,
Instagram. Definitely have to
she
look
is
up on Instagram.
amazing. Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, y'all, we getting ready to move on into we done warmed on up, got y'all going, and y'all chit chat, and I'm here for it. So
Did you pull
we
up
get
the
ready.
cocktails, Fred?
Oh yes, I did. Thank you so much. You reminded me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Okay, here we go, y'all. These are our cocktails for tonight. Danny, you want to go ahead and read them?
Yeah, so today we have a little we're talking about friendships and growth in relationships. So, we're moving on from being a diva, but a diva teen is always one of my favorites. This is just a little vodka, a little limoncello. If you don't have that, that's fine. Just put your little lemonade. If you're on a diet, just get you one of them lemon stir-ins. Add a little grapefruit juice, the cranberry juice, shake it up, and there you go. Same thing like Fridays. A
Hey,
golden friendship. Now this tickled my fancy because I said once I'm back to, indulging in alcohol because I'm on a cleanse with my good partner, DJ Perkins. We'll talk about that later. Golden friendship is what it is. It's white rum, amaretto, sweet, vermouth, however you want to say it, ginger ale. It's real. I bet that is super good. If you shake it, pour it in there, you're fine. That's my best friend. Go best friend. Now this is everybody's best friend. If you get some tequila and some pineapple juice with a splash of ginger ale, you gonna have a good best friend. And then the chow. Now this is one of my favorites. If I was drinking, this is what I have right there. That chow by whiskey bourbon neat.
hey.
That's what I get all the time. And take you where you need to be, and it'll help you say chow by. So
Mhm.
share with us if you are drinking. If you have a beverage, share with us in the chat what you're wetting your whistle with. Tonight I'm having tea, with a little lemon. What you guys drinking?
Um, I'm having a little play on the Divatini.
Good.
I made mine in slush form. It felt like having a little icy kind of form there. And for my limoncello, I did the lemon elderflower syrup.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really tasty. I'm enjoying it. Give me a little buzz.
Sean.
Y'all know me. I'm just having bourbon on the ice.
Ciao bye.
Now bye.
Ciao, bye.
Ciao bye. I am actually not having neither. I didn't have a chance to make it out to the store, and my cupboard is bare. But I am drinking Modelo Especial. I always keep a little brew in the house. So
Ooh, I love a
I
good
love me
beer.
an import. I love me a good import.
Me too. I like IPA. I like all beers.
I'm not an IPA person. They just it's just a
Really?
little too
You
little.
gotta get the right one.
You're right. You're right. Now I will do like an Angry Orchard.
No, that's a
Okay.
cider.
No. Okay. All right. Never mind.
No. But go ahead. That's our drinks for tonight,
Yeah.
everybody.
So Toya says she is having a that's my best friend, but she's holding the pineapple juice.
She better not have no pineapple juice.
Hey.
She, we should be, oh, what a friend we have.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Stop.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Please
I'm
just
the-
I'm
step
the same
away
way with
from the pineapple.
mangoes. I'm the same way with mangoes. And Erica's having an angry orchard. You ain't wrong. Take your time.
I think
Take
she
your time.
laughing at you because you call that beer.
Listen. Oh, well, maybe listen. Well, I'll tell you my secret. What I actually do is I actually have my whiskey or my bourbon, and I actually mix the Angry Orchard apple
Uh-huh.
with it,
Yeah, that's
and
an
it gives it
angrier
like
orchard. That's, you know what that could
if
be?
you trying to get to where you going quick,
That's that
bourbon.
apple. That's that apple that Snow White stepmama gave her. Fred, put that down on our list.
Uh-huh.
Put that
Gotta
down
put
on my
that
list.
drink down. Yeah, put that down. That's that
Will
poison
do.
apple.
I will do.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
can
good.
call that the
It
go.
gets the job done. It does. It sure
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Don't encourage them, Erica.
Hey, Lester.
We ain't seen Lester since Wine and Recap.
Yeah, that's
Welcome.
what
We
I
on a new
was
show.
like, what's up,
We on a new
Lester?
show. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
It's the new season.
Right, new season. Okay, y'all, we're gonna take a real quick break, like 30 seconds, and then we are coming back, jumping right into our topic. So do us a favor, share this video with somebody, tag that person that you ain't talking to, tell them to come on in. We're gonna get them through some stuff tonight. All right. See you back in 30 seconds.
It starts with good conversation. Music, strictly the classics. Dress code, fabulous.
Can I kick it? Can I kick
Best enjoyed in peace
Can I
and quiet. This is my maker's moment, and I make it remarkable.
Literally 30 seconds. Y'all know, in case you didn't know, Makers is one of my favorite bourbons ever. All right, y'all, here we are. So before we get started tonight, we, because this is a touchy subject for some people, so we are going to have you guys, if you want to chime in and not necessarily be verbal about what you're saying in the chat, because we do show what's happening in the chat. You can text us your questions through your SMS. Please note that your data and messaging rates will apply. You can text us at 872-888-6923, and we will read your question or your comment, whatever it is. Oh, you was going to re-up. Okay, welcome back. You was going to re-up. But you can text us your questions anonymously to this number below. We will flash this throughout our portion tonight. But we are definitely about to get started and get into what's happening. All right. So we're gonna Lester, we're gonna weave a little bit of Insecure into this. So because if you watched last Sunday night's episode, it dealt with exactly these two things. And what's funny is it was actually called Growth.
Right.
And what's crazy is we had discussed this last week. I was like, y'all, let's do a show about friendships, relationships. And then it was just like I was like, wow, this is so crazy. And so just makes sense. So here we are. Right. All right. So again, if you guys have questions that you want to text anonymously, go ahead and send those in as we go through the evening. So we're jumping right into our first set. And that is, how do we define friendship/relationships?
In comparison to one another or just as individual entities?
Both. Whoever wants to tackle it first.
Well, I can I always be like two before me because I talk a lot. I think both are very dear to your heart, and it's what you allow to give yourself of and dedicate yourself to. Both are very pure. Um, both takes commitment on your end, and it takes an amount of, let me see, vulnerability with both. I think friendships is a kinship type of a relationship that you can have with one another. They both are indeed relationships, but a romantic type of relationship, that's when you are totally committed to one another, which is the same thing with friendships. Just take it to some people, y'all bumping parts. But you know what I'm saying? It still is a commitment to one another that is serious. It's still something that has to be really serious. It has to have some boundaries. It has to have some understanding, and it has to have, a strong type of commitment. So it's really kind of exploring, what does that mean? They're both relationships, but when we're defining relationship for this matter, we mean romantic relationships, correct, Fred?
Not necessarily, because sometimes I consider certain friendships as relationships. I do. You have work relationships that are not
Right.
necessarily intimate
Okay.
relationships. So I mean, I feel like we can go both ways. I have, as Nat is saying as well, I do have relationship with some of my clients as well that are not necessarily friendships, but they're work related relationships. But
Okay.
after a while, you kind of build a rapport with that person. And it's like it's become a relationship. You're that person that they're always calling. And then it's like not only are you guys just talking about work related stuff, then it's like, oh, I'm praying for you. I'm going through this, da 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 da. And it becomes more of a relationship. And you like, oh, but wait, you a client at the same time. So yeah.
Is it like an associate? Because we were taught back in the day it was associations, associates.
Facts.
But I
And
can see where you're coming from with a
yeah,
relationship.
but I'll
That's
say
so.
this though. I think that over time, and that's something else that we'll get into as the conversation pushes further. Over time, a lot of wording has changed in
Mhm.
certain things. And I think what we were taught in certain words is not a lot of what certain other people were taught that are younger than
Mhm.
us. Because when we get into the whole dating and relationship thing, and we're gonna work through that thing because the people are very confused on talking, dating, going out on a date. But what are we doing? Is yeah, So yeah. But okay, Nat is saying relationship, I believe, is a umbrella. I'm gonna throw a
I
comment up.
think I agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why I said how we define in relationships so that we can know. And thank you for clarifying what that means. It's just all of it.
Facts. Definitely. For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that they are most definitely a reflection of who we are in a time and a place and in a moment, because not all friendships and relationships are consistent and sustaining. But I do believe that if we examine our most visible relationships and friendships at a time and a place in our lives, it's
Mhm.
very reflective of who we are as people right now.
Yeah, I agree. I do wonder about the sustainability and the longevity of some relationships and how sometimes it can make us feel like we must be loyal, where sometimes friendships are for a moment, is for a time, and when to say, hey, you know what, it was good while we was good, but now we both have moved on and we're in different places. What does that look like? So it's so many complex things that go into the reasons of having relationships, friendships, kinships, personal ships, or whatever you want to say it, at that one time.
Sean?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Danny when you think about, like, I do honestly believe it's a timeline for our different relationships. You have those long term, lifetime friends. You have those friends from high school. You have those friends from college, or the kids you grew up on the block with. So it just feel like it's uh, kind of like defined with those attributes what Danny said, but then also with the timeline. You know, and then did we talk? Did you all explain relationships? Like, is it intimate relationships? Did you all go through that one?
We're speaking of them all.
Yeah, Fred said just it's,
Oh,
and then
okay,
we also
but
had a
yeah,
comment that it's
and
more of an
then
umbrella.
right, and then of course, for the most part, I think we all agree. Like with romantic relationships, you then, in my opinion, kind of have all of them in one, with an addition of like intimacy. So it's kind of my view on that one.
Okay. I would say I agree the same with what everybody else has said for sure. That's kind of the way that I kind of define um, both friendships and relationships as well. Lester just said friends who needs them.
Friends, how many of us
How
have
many of us have
them?
them?
Friends.
I will say this though. I think that we go through life, um, and you change friends. Like Sean just said, sometimes you have friends from college. You've got friends from grade school. You've got friends from work. You've got friends from, or like Danny said, sometimes you may not call those folks friends at work. You may call them associates and whatnot, or or hey, we just, or in the words that I said, because I don't like the term associate.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I'd be like, that means that you associate with me, and that's not necessarily a thing. Because I don't want to necessarily associate myself with people that I work with sometimes. So I'd be like, we have a work relationship.
I
That
even
that
say colleague before I say
Colleague, that's
associate.
it. That's my word.
I'd be
or
like, that's a good
colleague.
colleague right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I use that term a lot too.
I
yeah.
also work in the education field, so I might toss in my cohort.
Yeah,
Oh,
cohorts.
well,
Go
my
ahead.
cohort.
Your
Well.
PLC.
Which is true, because now I have a cohort of friends. Since we've graduated, we still keep up with each other. We went through the program together, and it's kind of like, so my cohort.
Yeah.
So sometimes in friendships you have alike experiences,
Hmm.
that's for the moment, that is just purely for that moment. And what about that? So if you were going through something, say traumatic or something that was exuberant, it kind of
Hmm.
feels odd once you overcame. You're like, y'all, we still should be friends. Because we was kind of there for each other. Like, okay, now we don't have that same type of way of being. It feels weird. So I wonder
Agreed.
about that.
No, that's true. So, okay, move as we're trucking along. I'm loving the comments. I'm loving the engagement, you guys. Janae says she uses the term coworker. Andy says I've always felt like I'm more of a friend of someone than they are to me, and in that I don't feel like I receive as much as I give. So obviously, I am an associate to those I consider friends. Um, let's see. Nat
Yep.
just said trauma bonded friendships. Those can be hard to differentiate between trauma bond and true friendship. Nat,
Yes,
you are talking, honey.
that's exactly what I wanted to say without coining the term trauma because it can be a trigger for some people. But you're absolutely correct. Thank you for, and I'm gonna start shooting my shots like y'all said. Be straight. But exactly, you have those. A good friend of mine, Eric. We were talking about this earlier, and said the same thing. So you have to be able to differentiate. What a bond looks like, and then what a friendship looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Agreed. Definitely. Andy, that's something you can definitely use for sure. Okay, so there's always this bold thing about when people find friends or you have like a group of friends and then all of a sudden like you find a friend. And so there's always that longevity versus a newfound friend like thing that happens. And so then it's trying to balance this because and I will say this, I'm a person who um I kind of get along with everybody. So like I'll have friends here, I'll have friends over there, and actually all four of us on this screen are really the same way. um, so a lot of times I know that I deal with sometimes there are certain friend groups that be like, oh, well, you spend too much time with this one particular group, or then I have other friends that's like, oh, and like what I have learned over time is that sometimes you can't mix certain groups of friends together. It just
Oh
doesn't work.
no, no.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
So basically, how do you deal with, or like what are ways that we can work through, how do I deal with those things of where we're talking about a friend who's been there, 15 years, and y'all are still really tight, really cool, and then you've got this new friend that you met maybe 2, 3 years ago. What's the balance there? What's the
I mean, it's all about maturity. Danielle has her own set of friends. Eric has his own set of friends. Josh has his own set of friends. I have my own set. I have college friends. I have high school, community friends. So it's all around somebody, and he just said it, boundaries. It's all about your maturity level. Like if you're with them, if somebody called Danny out 3 times a week in 1 week, I can't get mad because she don't have time for me. That's first. Number one is inconsiderate
Right.
because now it's just me. I have to realize, and like you just talked about being friends for 3 years versus 15.
yeah,
It does not matter the timeline. We have still built a relationship within whatever timeline there was. And so it comes with being mature and considerate.
mm,
Also, Danny hasn't even known Danny. What you know me like 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and so although we may hang out now within the last couple of years frequently, she still has friends and counterparts that she's been friends with before I even came into the picture.
But it goes with
understood.
I like what Eric has said. It's the maturity. It's the it's the boundaries that you have to set. And you have to be, certain. I've had friends that try to do all that, but you have to set some boundaries. Like, hey, don't even bring that to me. I would never say, hey, Sean, by the way, I don't like you hanging with your people from your college because I need you. No, I'm going to respect the fact that that you're still going to be my friend. I don't like somebody, so you shouldn't like nobody. No, we don't have to be in the same situations. You talk about that. If there is a need where you feel slighted, then you need to talk to see what it is that you have that's insecure within yourself. And if
Yeah,
you have a friendship, you can talk through that. But you also have to set some boundaries too. Like, you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to think more of what it is that we have. But I want to hear why you feel this way.
yeah,
Every friend group should not mix because they're your friend. I had a friend. I'm like, just because they're your friend don't mean they're my friend. And I'm not gonna say nothing wrong with you, but don't try to invite me to your friends. I'm very nice, but at the same time, what I do for you is because I'm your friend. I will be cordial in any environment that I'm in, but you have a special bond with them. And sometimes it could just be so just you want everybody to share, but what you have with your friend should be unique to you. So really just kind of think about if you feel slighted, Go to your friend and say, hey, we don't, our connection is kind of off. Like this connection with all the back talk.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that, Teddy Riley?
Listen, here's it down.
Sean, you still Teddy
Um,
Riley?
I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. It might be me. I hope it's not though. I don't think it is.
Yes,
Um,
Eric saying you're not going to disrespect my friends because they're not your friends. Now that's a big,
yeah.
and I have
yeah,
been in the room with people who didn't like so and so, and y'all know me. They didn't like so and they just started talking, and I try my best to stay neutral. Not try my best. I stay neutral in that situation. Hey, look, I'm sorry. That's not your relationship with them. This is mine, and I can't act like we don't have one. Nor can I turn into, for lack of better words, a fake person at that moment. But I'm supposed to be your friend. We have a different relationship, so it's about can you handle that moment. That's to Eric's comment about disrespecting other friends.
yeah. Facts. I totally agree with that, Eric. That's a very, very good statement. And then it's so crazy because Danny, as you were talking, Nat is literally saying everything that you said. Um, Shamika has a very good comment here. One thing I've learned is to stop
Miko.
using that. Miko has a word here that's I've started to stop using that friend word so loosely because everyone is not worth that title. Sometimes it takes a person years to see a person isn't their friend, but you have to believe who people really are the first time who they show you. We love you, Maya Angelou, for that quote. Um, Facts. She said that she typed it as okay, period. Um, Oh, Eric, I love it. Okay, y'all are engaging tonight. I'm here for it. This is what we're here for tonight. And y'all actually already hit the next thing that we were talking about, which is should boundaries be set? Y'all had already said that. Y'all are on it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So literally, uh, Eric has a very good question here. What do you do when two of your closest friends fall out? Um, okay, I guess I'll go.
We got this friendship cupcake too. I want to know about that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
okay, hold on. Yeah, we got to get that together. Okay,
She said
so
she's still typing, so go ahead.
okay, good. Okay, just don't hit send yet. Don't hit send yet. So when two of your closest friends fall out, um, what I can say to that is this: is that it's best for you as that middle person to remain neutral to both parties. Don't pick a side. Now the thing is this: if we're friends and depending on how long, this is where that longevity comes in at. Depending on the longevity of our relationship, um, I can know and I can tell my friends, you are wrong. You are dead wrong. And you know you're wrong and you need to apologize. Um, on the other hand, if it's the other person, the same thing. You are wrong. You are dead wrong. Now, if it is where it's like, well, I would tell them that, hey, you're wrong. Then I would let them know, like, okay, if the tables were turned, it would be like, hey, okay, you're right, and they're completely wrong. But I would never try to pit the two against each other. But typically, the normal thing to be was to remain neutral. But because I am a very outspoken person, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder and be like, yo, listen, it we got to, yeah. Eric, I'm finna send you the link right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if you are a friend, you should be able to say something, but then sometimes it's best to just hold your peace.
Hmm. And again, I think it really depends on that longevity of that friendship. Because if we only been friends 2-3 years, and then you falling out with a friend that I have now come conjoined with this circle, and yeah, nah, no, I'm not gonna
Or
do
if you're the friend that always fall out with everybody, it's just
it.
I
Now
Listen,
just
now,
that's
now
the
that
now
that's
thing.
the
you just
one.
stay out.
That's the thing, Danny.
You
That's the
fought
one.
If
everybody.
you
You come
are
against
falling out
everybody. We can't
with
save you no more.
every
Your ass need to stand alone in a corner with the cheese. What's that little guy?
yes,
Who got the cheese?
Who
You.
got the cheese?
you are the problem.
You are the situation.
You are the
You are the situation.
situation. You are the situation. I'm here
If
for
you
it.
cutting somebody off every season, you are the problem.
You are
Hello.
the
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
When
You
No,
know they
I
on their
agree.
way, right?
when
You
people
know they
put
on their way,
those
right?
statuses that say I'm cutting people off,
Ooh,
I
here
know
they
it's
come. Here
I
come that
know
new
it's
year. Here they come. Here they
here they
come.
come. I'm cutting
New
this off.
me in 2022.
New me, and I'm leaving it. If you constantly saying you leaving people in the previous year, it's you.
It's you.
It's you.
It's
God
you.
gave me that. It's you.
It's you.
Thank you. It's you.
Because I say, come on with me to 2022.
Hell.
Because I'm going to still
If
be
I
making a better
cannot
me.
be consistent for a consecutive amount of years, that's with anything. It's me.
Yeah.
Ain't no other way to put it.
And that says the person needs therapy. I'm hollering. Um,
Yes. And that is absolutely correct. You need
Janae says
somebody to
leave them right
listen
where
to
they
you.
are. um, Lester says, Lester. Okay, Lester, expound on this for us, please.
Y'all read this friendship cupcake. I
Yeah,
think this is
listen, I'm trying. I am, but the comments coming so fast.
wow.
I gotta read that one.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna throw it on the screen. Hang on, Nat, you want to phone in? We can phone
Yeah.
you in
Yeah, you
too.
might phone that person in.
Yeah, Nat, let's phone you in, Nat.
Well, we got Eric and that phoning in.
Yeah, we got Eric. I just sent Eric the
Oh,
link.
Auntie Patty, go ahead. Stay
Auntie
neutral.
Patty is on here. And Patty says that's wisdom. You hear me? That's
Stay
wisdom. Y'all
neutral.
listen
Don't
to it.
take sad and hear other sads. That's right. You got to stay neutral. But again, if that person keep on offending the whole world, just baby, it's you.
It's you. You the problem. You are the weakest link.
Look at your neighbor and say it's you.
It's
Yeah,
me. It's me. It's me. Oh Lord.
correct.
Send
Okay, yeah.
me a prayer.
Because I want Nat to explain this cupcake because it's not going to let me post the whole thing. It's too much text to post it on the screen. So Nat, as soon as you get in, we're gonna put you here. Hey Shavasky, how are you, my brother in Atlanta? Um, yeah, okay. So while we're waiting on them to phone in, because this is getting really good. Um, so you guys, what makes the qualities of a good friend?
I think the quality of a good friend, you have to give of yourself. So I just want somebody to reciprocate what I give out. And you have to really look at yourself. So people are like, I don't have no good friends. Are you a good friend? So search within yourself. What quality can you share of yourself at this time? Why require a friend to do more than you can give? So really kind of look within yourself. What is it that I'm allowed to give? What time, what dedication that I can have a reciprocal type of relationship? I think somebody said in the chat that they give more than their friends give. Maybe check yourself. Stop giving that because you have to have reciprocity. So again, if you're giving more than expected, hey, check you and then let's check our surroundings. And before we enter into a friendship, which I think Miko said, which is a term that's used loosely, see the group that you're in. You can't group with everybody. We got a term grouping. You can't group with everybody. You can't friend with everybody. And you really have to look to see what is your purpose. If it's an assignment, because us in the Christian faith, we say we got assignments. If that's an assignment
Mm.
at this time, what are you giving into that assignment? What are you giving? If you need to be poured into, don't get somebody that's needy. Y'all both out there giving the same fry. No, get somebody that can buy you a Big Mac. Because you need to be fed. So I really think when you look at the qualities, look at what you can give to a
Hmm.
relationship. And then that's what you should get back. I can only put in what I can give. I should only be able to give back what I'm putting in.
Yeah,
This is something
I agree.
ordained from God.
Oh, I like Miko. I like this. Everybody can't see you with your head down.
Baby.
I love it. I love it. My auntie Akia just said,
Now, see that? Well, okay.
"We don't fall out when I call you out. We shouldn't be able to hold each other. We should be able to hold each other accountable." That's true because you got some that are you have some folk that will fall out when you tell them the truth. They'll be like, "Well, you know
But
what?
also, Fred, I feel like when you get a certain age, also you should just know how to separate the different groups of people as well. This is my group of friends. This is who I, associate with. These are my colleagues. And so when you separate all those and know at a certain age, most stuff won't bother you. You know, you will already know the different expectations from each group. If I work with you and this is our relationship at work, I'm not going to expect this because I
Mm.
already know, again, because I learned this and now I'm at this age. At least that's what I'm thinking in my mind.
So
And
I think that's where
I
the boundaries come in at again.
Yeah.
exactly. Like I know this group of friends or whoever this may be, colleagues, cohort, you know, this is what they're capable of. This is their attributes. This is them versus this group of friends over here who I hold a little bit closer. And they do this and we do this. So
Sean, you got a
what I'm saying
question?
is that's what I was getting to. But then you have some people who have not gotten to that yet. And here's the deal, Shamika. If you got
Miko.
past 40,
Miko.
50, and you still acting like a 30, 25, 21-year old, you are the problem. I'm going to go back to that. Because I feel like each year, I feel like when you get to 40, shout out to my friend, she 41. Put your
First of
hands in the
all,
air, Dan.
but thank you.
Thank you. She has certain types of she
Oh, sorry, Auntie
Holla.
Patty. Sorry.
Hey.
she has certain types of attributes and actions and words and all of this that I expect from a mature her.
Just old.
And so I feel like when you getting up there, when you passing 40, when you passing 50, you should have been mature right now. So my question back to Shamika is when do you mature?
Miko.
Like when is there a cap? Is there a goal post?
I think it also goes back to again that reciprocity. Now you know good and well you're not gonna keep on using a friend. I don't care if you with my 4 year olds. Again, the little girl came to school today and it's her friend. She came to like, hey little girl. The girl was like, you know my name, you gonna call me by my name. She had a problem. They got into it yesterday. So these two 3.5 year olds was about to come to blows because the one little girl was not respectful and called her out her name. So, that is 3 year old maturity. So we all know our boundaries, and it goes back to that we must follow.
And expectation, Danny. Is that when literally back to what Danny's saying, if you study the child brain, they give you the different developmental stages.
Yep.
By this age, you should be here. By this age, you should be here. By this age. So if I can do that with a child all the way up to 30 when they say men is developed versus women at 25, why can't I do that beyond that age? There's an expectation. And then Fred, some people like to use that line, oh, this me. Take it
It's
or
me.
leave it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got that.
yeah.
In which that you take it or leave it ain't right either.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
You full and wrong.
It sounds like Lester, because Lester says this is a lot of work. But Lester, you got to be willing to do the work in friendships. It takes work. It takes work to have successful friendships and successful relationships. Our two guests have finally joined us. I'm gonna bring them on,
Come
Eric
on
and
in.
Matt. We are so glad to have them here joining us. Hey y'all,
Hello.
Eric, turn that camera. We do width.
we do wide.
Put it on screen rotation.
There you
There you
go.
go.
There you go.
That's from Roland
Okay.
Martin. I got that from him.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank y'all for
Thanks for
joining
having
us.
me.
Thanks
So
for
glad you're
having
here.
me.
So we'll start with Eric because Eric had said that Eric has said I need to call in. So Eric, go ahead, and then we're gonna jump to this
Um,
friendship cupcake because
can y'all
it's
see
so much
me?
meat. Yeah, we can see you. We can
We can
see and
see and
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay, so I'm very particular about my friendships. And I have a few different friendship circles or communities or however you want to say it. Um, I'll say this. One thing that I've learned is that your friends are a reflection of you, every
Okay.
part of you, the successful part, the broken part, the immature parts. Um, and so, what I have been privileged to have are friendships that are very honest, sometimes brutally honest. Um, and Deshaun is one of my best friends, and of course Danny, Josh. But so I'll say it this way: like Saturday, I had an event, and I don't like to call it an event, but we were just gathering for prayer. I had all of my friendship groups in the same room, and I was a little shaken because that's never happened before. Because everybody, again, a reflection of me. I have a very strong personality, and so does all of my friend groups. And so just knowing how to um, gauge and engage with each one of them differently is very important. You have to know your friend's capacity. You have to know their capacity. There are certain conversations that I can have with Danny I cannot have with Deshaun. There are certain conversations that I can have with Tyrese that I cannot have with Danny. You know, you have to know their capacity. You have to know their triggers. Josh don't like when my tone gets a little heavy. It sends him into a tizzy. So just knowing these things helps the friendship. But to the question that I posed about when you have two friends that fall out with each other, unfortunately, I don't have the liberty of always being the one to stay out of it. I'm typically the peacemaker. So it pulls me into a place where I have to be the level headed one to hear what's happening, to hear what's being said, and then almost like a come, let us reason together, being able to settle the disputes. So it's interesting, and I'm not sure the young man that was saying, this sounds like a lot. Friendship is a lot. It is a lot on every level. And so I a lot of the way that I navigate my friendship, it has to be written in the word. I am a believer. And so the Bible says that a friend loveth at all times. And so you can't take all times and think all good times. It's all bad times as well. You know what I'm saying? At all times literally means at all times. And so I will say that it comes with maturing on everybody's part. Me and Deshaun have been, what's this, 2021? Since 2010. So 11 years. I have friends, my closest, well, let me say this, my oldest friends, I've been friends with them for 20 years. We don't have the same dynamics. So they've seen me when I was out there being the ratchet, walking the balls, vogue, and doing all the other stuff, being a house mother and all this other stuff. And they watched me in my progression into being the saved, the sanctified, and praying and the man of God that I am now. And so they have a different relationship and history with me. So all of that has to be, in a sense, um, considered when we're thinking about friendships and navigating those friendships and those relationships. So that's just my little tidbit, you know.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. These are
Yeah,
good
thank you, Derek.
notes. I
Yeah,
did brava.
that's good.
Brava.
That's good right there. That was
These
rich.
are good notes. Very rich. Very, very rich. And again, I'd like to say what you said literally. Friendship is work. And if you don't want to do the work, we'll need to be friends. It's
Listen,
simple as that. It's simple as
Again,
that.
you what you give in is what you get out. You have to have reciprocity.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure, for sure.
So,
Okay,
question, Danny, to that. I'm sorry, can I ask a question? What
for
do you
sure.
do when your friend cannot reciprocate that?
Then you have to talk about the boundaries, and then you have to, you have to look within yourself. Then you have to end that friendship. Because if you're constantly giving and giving and giving, where it's one-sided or lopsided, what we're saying, you really have to look and decide for yourself what is the best decision for you.
Absolutely.
You
They
can't
have
feel
to have
guilty.
that conversation.
You got to have that conversation and say, hey, at this moment, maybe we need to. I don't want to use, corporate time. We got to suspend this for right now because it's not healthy. I love you as much as I can, but it's compromising my peace, and I'm not going to be my best self with you because after a while you get resentful toward that person.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
You get very
Absolutely.
resentful and you're not saying nice stuff about them. They rising up on your tongue where you want to curse them out, then you don't need to be their friend. If you don't find no
Absolutely.
purpose in upholding them or encouraging them, you need to just kind of be silent and you acknowledge them. Now, at the end of the day, if I love you and if you need something and if I'm available, I will
Hmm.
extend myself, but it's not with I want to be your friend again. It's because I just purely love you and want what's best for you. So that's a boundary that sometimes I am able to kind of do, but then sometimes
Hmm.
I'm not. You could be on the side of the road and your whole life is I'm gonna ride right past you, like, oh well, because I have to know when I can re-engage. Because again, I have to be careful of what I put in my spirit. Josh and I was talking just about how sometimes you can give so much of yourself for somebody else where you can leave yourself exhausted. So you don't want to do that. Oh, we lost Eric.
No, no, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, yeah, the picture went out. But yeah, so it's just knowing those knowing those boundaries. Announce your departure. Just don't ghost. I'm trying to say I saw a little ghost. Announce that and be brave. And it's nothing to
Yeah.
fight about. Ain't nothing to just say, hey, I don't like you, but just right now it's not working for us.
And it's nothing wrong with taking, and I think that a lot of times we think that sometimes you need to take that space and you need to step back and you need to have that moment to say, let me reevaluate this, versus because you ghost me, it's going to be a problem. We'll get on that on the relationship side.
Hmm.
But I think that that's something that a lot of times as adults we don't like to do. We do not we will ghost people. We will definitely just be like, well, I'm done with that. Sean, I think you said it earlier where you just be like, oh, okay, well, all right then, and we moving. Okay, baby,
But back to
heal,
that, like
heal.
knowing who you can, knowing
It's
Josh.
Lester for me. It's other piece.
I'm gonna start reading the comments.
You know your capacity. You know your capacity.
Hey,
If
at
it
least
is
you're being
safer for
This
honest
you,
in
no,
this space.
if it's
This is a
safer for
the
safe
you to be
space.
thing
Casper,
is
the
the
friendly
the
ghost,
biggest thing
ghost.
out of this is you have to know your friend.
Yeah.
You
Period.
have to. All of my friends know me. We all know Eric. We all know Danny. We all know Josh. We all know Hunter. We know. If you don't know them, that means whatever Danny does that we know, that's how she, whatever. And if it triggers me and tips me off and I get pissed and I'm texting over here, I'm pissed, I want to cut. We're not, that's not the category that person needs to be in. Maybe that person needs to move down a notch over here because that person is, again, what Danny said, is triggering me.
Yeah,
if
agreed.
we're if you're in this lane a little closer and you are near and dear and I know your triggers, I know your actions, I know what you're gonna do. It's called a misconception. I know what misconceptions, I use that as a teacher. I'm sorry, I'm going educational. I know when I'm about to teach fractions what the hell they're gonna have mishaps on. I plan for it. They're not
Mm,
going to know this. They're not going to know this. They need to go. They're going to need a push on this. So I plan for it. If
yeah,
I'm not prepared, if I didn't do my lesson plan and didn't prepare, when I get to that lesson on Monday, I'm going to be frustrated because they don't know that, goddamn it, the two denominators has to be the same when we add and fraction. You can't just add across. You have to make the a common denominator. Which
facts.
brings me back to this. If I'm not prepared for that, then I'm in an uproar. But if you don't know that, because you got your friends in the wrong lane when they should be over here, it goes back. You are the problem.
Well, there's that. So, all right. As I push us along, but real quick before I turn it over to Nat to give us this friendship cupcake, to tie in insecure to this, one thing that I noticed, y'all, all of my insecure watchers, if you haven't watched it, I don't want you to log off because yeah, but there's a whole lot to it. Go watch it. Watch it tonight. One thing I will say is this. I think what did it for me in the episode was in the first 5 minutes of the episode we saw that they Issa and Molly did the work to mend their friendship together. And what I noticed was the cinematography was beautiful, basically giving us a year's time to say that this is what they worked on, and this is basically how they made their friendship become their friendship again. And as they mentioned in last week's episode, when when Molly had asked Tiffany, I'm not Tiffany, when she asked Kelly, she said, how long was it before y'all were back? And we all know that when you fall out with a friend, there is that pre-back, then there's that like we kind of back, and then there's the like, okay, we back. So I will say that Insecure did a beautiful job of capturing that we saw that a year's time went by. They made friendship dates. So Lester, don't just ghost the people, do the work. And that's part of doing the work, which was them making friendship dates, saying, oh, and it was the fact that Nathan was like, you want to go out for a drink? And she was like, I can't. Me and Molly have our established date on this Friday at this time. That's a thing. And so that's why I get into the whole thing about relationships versus relationships and friendships, because I feel like, to me, at that point, that's a relationship. It's not intimate, but we have a friendship that is basically a bond, and it is therefore a relationship to me. When you tell a nigga like, well, all right, I'm hanging out with my friend tonight, you know. So yeah, so that's just tying that in. So Nat, tell us about this friendship cupcake. This is epic to me, y'all. Y'all listen up to this.
First of all, I do want to bring it. Some of you guys made some good points. I always tell my clients, match energy. If you're not getting a certain level of energy back, don't give it to them. I've used this with men. I've used this with friends. I've used this with friends. And then I also do like the arm distance. I'm like, how many arms do you want apart from them? Like, you can love somebody and still like kind of keep that distance. I always say, I'm like, I love you, but I'm going to love you from a distance type thing. But this friendship cupcake came out of my ass, literally. I just was talking to a client about they have a hard time with friendships. And so I'm like, okay, well, the personality, who you are, is pretty solid. I mean, your personality is developed by 5 years old anyway. So like who you are is kind of who you are. You just discover it as you get older. And so that kind of, the ingredients are your personality that goes into that cupcake. And then I always say the frosting part is just like vanilla. Plain, you can add whatever colors you want to. It never expires. And same with like the sprinkles, even though I don't think sprinkles expire. And so like your core best friends, like the ones you could be true with, silly with, like you don't have to put up any like walls or be a chameleon or anything like that. That's the frosting, and you put the colors in it. So like, let's say I have 3 best friends. One is purple, one is blue, one is pink. That would be like that swirl. And then I have my theater friends. I have my work friends, my school friends, or, you know, friends from like grade school. Those are kind of like the sprinkles. So those are just like, they're not necessary. They may bring a different benefit to your life, but the ones that truly matter is the frosting, because they're the ones that can be those people that all the stuff we've talked about so far that's the ingredients that go into that frosting. And so those are the colors that go into that frosting. And those are the ones, personally, I like the frosting the most, and it complements the cupcake very, very well. So like the sprinkles and the glitter aren't necessary. It doesn't complement the cupcake. It just adds to it. The other two are kind of, yes, frosting. Those two kind of go hand in hand. So it helps clients think of that way, because I swear I should make a whole therapy of analogy therapy, because I use a lot of analogies in therapy. And that one for friendships is the best one that they've really like, that makes sense. So that's kind of where that cupcake thing comes into play.
And you know what? I don't even know if this is appropriate, but the frosting always tastes better than the cake. Am I right about it? I know I got somebody in here.
You're not wrong on some of them cupcakes. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and agree.
If you ever eaten a red velvet cake, what's the best part?
Okay, it is the frosting. It makes the cake, actually.
If they did that,
it complements it very well. Mm-hmm. It adds to it. Because otherwise, just having cake and it's just bread. And who wants just bread?
Nobody wants a pound cake.
I mean,
at the wrong time.
And imagine the wrong frosting, though. Imagine
part.
eating a red velvet cake
That
with
you
that
Yeah, that's
part.
good.
yeah.
That's good.
I'm gonna
Y'all
run it
want to
back.
take this
Nobody
analogy
wants a
someplace
pound
else,
cake
Steve.
at the
Eric,
wrong
Listen,
time.
with you
Come
on
on, Eric.
I mean, but imagine that.
you
Like
put German
you
chocolate
have
on
a
the
red
red velvet.
velvet cake
Yeah.
and you put chocolate on it.
If you got pumpkin frosting on red velvet cake, that ain't
It
right.
listen,
That ain't
it
right.
don't mix.
They don't mix.
It don't mix. Now, if
Right.
you have a weird palate, then okay. But
No,
yeah,
I got
no.
a weird palate. That still don't mix.
That still
See,
don't
but
mix.
then that analogy goes for the friends that don't mix with you, though. If you
Exactly.
put
Absolutely.
red
We
velvet and
all
But we
sugar,
try to
friends.
force it.
Ooh,
That's the problem.
you
yeah.
got
On
pistachio
some
chocolate cake.
Oreo flavor type stuff because they just off the chain right now. I don't know if we doing
Pumpkin Oreo. Pumpkin
FTP
Oreo
Oreo.
ain't
today,
flavor.
but Oreo's just been off the chain. Like they come up with any old kind of flavor, just put it out there on the shelves. Watermelon.
And it's but
Any
the
old.
problem is they're trying to
Rutabaga.
accommodate everybody.
Mm.
That's the
Le-
problem. They're
Leave it
trying
be.
to accommodate
Leave
everybody.
it be. God blessed us with that original Oreo. It's fine.
Listen,
Leave it be.
Now
Is
you
y'all
know
right with
what,
I'll
Egypt,
take
because them
mega stuff
vanilla
though.
Oreos a hit.
What's
I ain't
that?
gonna play.
What's
The
a hit?
vanilla Oreos a hit.
I likes my cookies and my men chocolate.
But
How you gonna
nobody
hold?
like no.
Don't do that
You
to me.
can't make an
Egypt.
Oreo have a
Hey,
watermelon frosting.
Don't do that to me.
yeah, watermelon frosting is a no. Yeah,
Yeah,
watermelon
I like
frosting is just as
watermelon, but
bad as
not
pumpkin
frosting.
frosting.
Like
It's a
that's
no
just
for me.
too much.
So you gotta have the right frosting on the right cookie or cake.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
The
Nat,
perfect balance.
Mm.
beautiful,
Nat, thank
beautiful
you so much.
analogy. Yes,
Hey,
thank
Edwin.
y'all.
Hey, girl.
Thank y'all so much. All right, we're gonna
Thank
keep
you
moving. So we are
guys.
moving now into our relationship sector of this. Y'all, I really hope y'all are enjoying this and y'all taking these notes because this is helping me be a better friend. Okay.
Wait
Yes.
a minute. Who be it? Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Fred, that
Yeah.
frosting gotta taste better than the cake.
Listen,
Hey,
it got to, and
I'm
it
a cake
listen,
person.
it better be buttercream.
Okay?
I like whipped cream. But
Well,
you like what you
See,
like.
it depends
if
though.
I
It
was a
it
preacher, I
depends on
would have
what
said
cupcake.
some of y'all gonna miss that.
I like birthday cake frosting. I just have to buy a whole birthday cake because I like that frosting.
Oh, okay,
Because you
okay.
know it's the kind that's temperature where it can stay out a little longer. So it don't have to be full of dairy. But you
Okay.
gotta know. You gotta know what you like.
You got to know what you like at the end of the day. All right,
Yeah.
y'all. So,
That's good.
we are literally working our way down, and this is good. Okay, y'all. So when it comes to an intimate relationship, okay,
Oh, I'm
we're
about to
getting
log off. Oh, I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
We don't got no
Uh-uh.
commercial breaks. My cup is empty.
Oh, okay. What going on a refill?
Go ahead, Freddie. Go ahead.
Go ahead and refill. You ain't wrong. I need to refill too, but you go first, and then when you come back, I'll go.
Okay.
All right. I'm hollering. So y'all, um, so when it comes down to a intimate relationship, there are a lot of things that we desire that we want, and those of you that are married, you're married. Those of us that are single, we're single. Those of us that's yeah,
Just out here.
just out here. We
Yeah.
out here. We out here. We out here. We out here.
We
We
just
out
out
here.
here.
Or thotting and bopping, as the young folks say. You out here
Oh, I
thotting
ain't
and
doing
bopping,
Getting
that.
your life.
living, living.
Living your best life.
Yeah, if
Living my
that's what you
best
want to call it.
life.
But yeah. So we're gonna get into that, y'all, and we're gonna tap into some things. And we've got all kinds of experienced folk on here. We've got married folk, we got divorced folk, we got single folk, we got.
I'm a widow.
Oh, okay, we got widowed folk too. All right, I didn't know your husband died.
I'm
Praise the
sorry.
Lord. That have threw me down. That has threw me down.
I'm lying, y'all.
Danny, I done lost my notes.
Go ahead. Stay with it. I'm gonna be real serious. Hold on. I'm back.
All right, here we are. All right, so first thing is this. Let's start with um let's start with